August the 11th is the feast day of St. Clare of Assisi. One of the images Clare used in her letters to her other sisters was the idea of a mirror, urging her sisters not to look into a mirror to see their own reflections, but to look into the face of Christ, and through that process to seek the wonderful qualities that Jesus exemplified. Looking at the face of Christ should help us recall that human creation is indeed made in the image of God, and that human nature is raised to a new dignity by Christ assuming it and by living here on earth just as you and I do. While that imagery can become rather deep in her writings, and maybe a little deep to follow as we even talk about it, it gives us a hint into the spiritual life of a saint like Clare. But we hear of other similar lessons from other holy ones. Mother Teresa of Calcutta was asked how she could continuously minister to some of the poorest people, those with so much suffering, with such terrible bodily decay and so on, as she found them in the streets of Calcutta. And she said that she would look to see the face of Christ in each of them. And that's what carried her through. That's what gave her inspiration. Indeed, sometimes it is hard to see the face of love and goodness, the face of Christ in every person that we meet. But we are called to try to do so as disciples of Jesus. It's easier, of course, to see the goodness and love of God in a smiling face, indicating a spirit of joy. So may we each work to have such an image to present to others, for a smile can be contagious and truly lift the spirits of another. It might be a little corny, the expression, when you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. But there is a wonderful message in that. And if we can do that for love of God, we have truly preached the good news of Jesus, that message of hope and of joy. The name Clare comes from the same word clear, clarity, and so on. It's linked to images of light. Clare truly was a shining light. And Jesus in the gospel asks you and I also to be a light for others, set on a lampstand, helping them to know the way to the kingdom. As we hear in the book of Numbers, may the Lord look upon you with kindness and give you his peace. This is Father Donald at St. Clement Parish in Rosedale, and that too is our prayer of peace for you.